Wonderful morning to everyone. Welcome back to the pre-market outlook session for the date of 12th September 2025. And before enjoying or getting cheer up for the today's market, we'll just look back the market's trend behavior, how it has signaled, what it has given for us as a lesson or observation through the way of reviewing it. See, the first information we want to share is after August 20, yesterday the Nifty closed about 25,000 above levels. That was the first time after August 20th one. So between these days, along with the consecutive efforts by closing in the green or closing in the positive territory for 7 trading sessions, along with today's, if it is 8th one, it is going to be for the Nifty in a row of closing in the green or positive manner. So while analyzing this behavior, where it has actually started its journey, how it has closed above this particular level means, of course, the 24,700 zone. That was the major range shift zone helped to revive in the way of achieving the higher levels like this 25,000 and above. So that was the core reason. You can check it on the chart that how the Nifty respected by that level 24,700. From the positional perspective, while it is giving below or while it is moving above that level, how the outcomes from that closing confirmation that 24,700 gave for us and how it has acted as a force to make the continued or a directional based movements on the Nifty and the other sectors as well. So that was the major thing one can observe from the market's activities till yesterday. This is not only 25,000 above breakout or positivity created by the market, but also it has actually shown its resilience or intactness about making further journey with a probable retracement between 25,150 or 200 zone. If it is happening as expected, if the pullback happens on the Nifty as expected around the zone of 25,150 or 200 between, one can see that particular retracement will be very, very important to make the Nifty attract more buying with a more synergical effect. The 25,300 to 500 zone also can be expected soon in this series of September itself. So that is what the next projection based behavior analysis we have made on Nifty that should be happened in today's trade. That is what? The 25,145 as an exact point or 150 as a wholesome point. We can watch out today whether it is getting approached or not. The probability is very high to break above that level. Anyhow, if it is making in the first 1 hour, the strength will be increased for making further highs. If it is not does so in the first 1 hour, where it is actually trying to give that result of moving about 25,145 should be watched closely, and how it is closing above or sustaining above any time frame starting with 15 minutes, that should be also taken note. And based on the confirmation it is providing, one can keep the direction on the same side it is giving the confirmation. So that is what the strategical based and the review also done. So one can actually make the informed decisions based on this particular discussion and as well as the pre-market oriented discussions what we are going to have now. The opening trends are expected to be in a positive manner. Yeah, we are expecting a marginally higher opening for Indian indices. After that, the trends for the benchmark index as well as for the equities in all the sectors would be expected in the way of consolidating or moving sideways with the stock specific activities from core sectors where one can adapt sell on rise strategy for the day trading only. This is not for the investment oriented or short term oriented approach we should do. It is, of course, should be done by the day traders to ultra short term traders, maybe 3 to 5 days kind of traders and all can utilize this sell on rise strategy by trimming your positions or by booking your profits around the zone of 25,150 to 200. So there one can utilize this chance for making profits and entering later in the retracement support zone or a demand zone. And for the day, the levels would be watched out in the way of 25,145 as a resistance, and once it is breaking, 200 will be the maximum point one can see. And if it is as expected, the feeling of the selling or otherwise the resistance would be there means from 28,145 around or 150 around, or it is starting anywhere between 25,150 to 200 also can be taken note. The retracement can be expected towards 24,900 and 24,850 as a whole, which may happen today or in the coming session also can be. And in a minimal ranges also we can have an eye like 25,150 around. You can think of the market may be attracting the selling like, but the support side, the 25,000 would be acting as immediate support. So by holding this 25,000 as a support, one can keep focusing on building long for the target of 25,150 and 200 maximum. And while approaching the resistance zones, the strategy should be as discussed applied. So these are all the things in terms of approaching the NIFTY by the way of levels, trends, and most of these things is a behavior based one. See, from the sectors front, today we can expect along with the oil and gas, automobile, real estates, banks, financial services, IT also can focus. And for the stocks front, based on news and technical behavior, Infosys, the biggest buyback of the company's history, about to 18,000 crore would be happening, announced by the company yesterday. So that should be in very keen focus, and along with one business deal also done. So the Infosys will be aiding the NIFTY IT index to further moving higher. And afterwards, the Bharat Forge, Canara Bank, JBM Auto, Retail Corporation, Lodha Developers, and NBCC, all the stocks listed here can be focused by the day traders for making informed decisions as well as gaining in a moderate to higher way. So that's it from today's pre-market outlook session we can discuss. Keeping stop loss is very must for every transactions. So that is what we are keep advising to all to implement it. So wishing everyone to have a fruitful day. Again, we will be meeting on the pre-market outlook session on Monday. So thank you for your participation in today's session. Anyhow, there will be a report consisting of the overall next week's outlook with important tactics, strategies, levels, and sectoral analysis including will be circulated in today's EOD. That would be very much useful for making your next week's trading decisions. And along with that, a fortune picks oriented updated also will be there. So fortune picks might be knowing by many of our participants that report consisting of the stock recommendations, which is a unique investment oriented stock recommendation model. That report would be having a single individual stock recommendation under the name of fortune picks, which will used to have a huge potential upside with a shorter time period. So that is why it is very popular. So that also can be watched how the updation will be on this. So that's it. Thank you for your patience listening, and we'll meet again on Monday. Have a successful and prosperous trading day. Bye-bye.